You're the smartest person in the room, aren't you? You're always the one with the answers, the one who sees things others don't. And yet, life still feels harder than it should. You struggle to find people who can keep up. You're constantly frustrated by the world around you. And no matter how much you achieve, it never feels like enough. Well, here's the thing. All of those struggles, they're happening because of your intelligence. The very thing that sets you apart is the reason life feels like a constant challenge. Let's break down why being the smartest in the room might actually be your biggest problem. Smart, intelligent, genius. These words get tossed around like trophies, right? But what if I told you that being smart is actually one of the worst things that could happen to you? Doesn't sound right? Think about it. For most people, the goal is to get smarter, work harder, and life will get easier. But for many smart people, the exact opposite happens. Life doesn't get easier, it gets complicated. Here's why. The smarter you are, the more you overthink. You analyze every detail, every situation, and that's exhausting. While everyone else moves on, you're stuck in your own head, dissecting every word, every action. Then there's the fact that the smarter you are, the fewer people truly understand you. You might find yourself surrounded by people who don't get your thoughts, your logic, or even your sense of humor. You feel isolated, and that isolation, it stings. Let's not forget about expectations. People expect more from you. Every failure feels bigger because, well, you're supposed to have it all figured out. And here's a harsh truth. Being smart often means you're more aware of the world's flaws. You see the issues in society, in relationships, and the systems that everyone else seems to blindly follow. And that awareness, it can make you feel powerless. Because let's be real, once you realize how much is wrong, it's hard to just ignore it. You can't unsee the problems, and that leaves you constantly questioning the purpose of it all. Think about how many smart people suffer from anxiety or depression. It's not a coincidence. Overthinking, social isolation, high expectations, and an overwhelming awareness of the world's issues. It's a recipe for burnout. And then there's the paradox. The smarter you are, the more you realize that intelligence alone doesn't fix everything. It doesn't give you happiness. It doesn't solve emotional problems. It doesn't guarantee success in relationships. You start to ask yourself, is all this intelligence worth it? You start wondering if being normal or average might be easier, because at least they don't carry the burden of thinking too much. But it's not all doom and gloom. Being smart does come with benefits. It opens doors, it brings clarity, and it allows you to see the world in a way others can't. But here's the catch. It also comes with a price that many don't talk about. So, what's the solution? How do you deal with this? First, embrace the struggle. Recognize that it's okay to not have everything figured out. It's okay to feel overwhelmed. In fact, it's normal. Second, find balance. Use your intelligence to your advantage, but don't let it consume you. Recognize when to step back and let things go. Don't overanalyze everything. Third, connect with people who do get you. Find a tribe that understands what it's like to live inside your head. People who see the world the way you do. And finally, understand this. Life will never be perfect, no matter how smart you are. But that's okay. Intelligence doesn't solve everything, and that's a lesson worth learning. So, the next time someone tells you that being smart is the key to success and happiness, remind them that intelligence alone isn't the answer. Sometimes, it's the hardest part of the journey. Smart people have harder lives, not because they're cursed, but because they see the world differently. And maybe, just maybe, that's what makes life worth living. The struggle, the challenge, the constant push to understand more. Thanks for watching. If you're smart and you felt this way, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts.